This is Meltdown Live, presented by MyBookie.ag. Use code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag for double your initial deposit. You sign on to make a deposit, they double it with code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. MyBookie.ag.
Ho ho and Merry Christmas to all of Meltdonia. You have been very good this year and therefore are getting a Christmas style edition of the Meltdown today with Meltdown Live. So thrilled to have you here with us. We appreciate your subscription, your support. All of our chatters on a daily basis live, 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. We'll have plenty of content going out over the course of the next several days here on the channel to get you through the holidays. Maybe you need a quick break from the family. We're going to be your source for that. I am Tim Melton. Joining me here in studio is Tyler Lionel Johns. Tyler, have you been naughty or nice this year?
I must have been naughty because I've still been working hard today.
Okay, well,
No, it's been a good day.
you're not going to know what to do over the next several days with us not being live here in studio, but we'll still have plenty of content going out.
Oh yeah, we will. We'll have a Carry On review coming out later today. That's the Netflix movie with Taron Egerton and Jason Bateman. We'll have a video showcasing my 10 most anticipated movies of next year. Another video showcasing your top 10 most anticipated movies of next year. And all the out of the theater reactions from the Christmas releases this week.
Oh, yes. Very excited about all of that. Also, very excited to have EG back here with us in the Culver studio. EG, thank you for making time for us before you head off to Atlanta, Georgia
Yep.
again.
Yet again.
Traveling those busy roadways.
Yep. I-20. Keep the roadways hot.
You may win the argument today, though, for Atlanta traffic being better than Birmingham traffic because
Yeah.
it is a mess trying to get around
It
here.
is a nightmare. If you have to use Highway 280
Ugh.
for anything, if you have to go up by, the summit or the main part of like Inverness for anything, just be prepared to sit at a bridge for like 15 minutes
Ugh.
or wait 10 minutes for somebody to wiggle out of a parking spot.
Hopefully the traffic better for our good friend Brian Pavlik, who's traveling back from Disney World, saying, depending on y'all to get me through the Dothan, through Ozark to Troy slog, which, if you are a Disney fanatic like I am as well, that is a pretty dry stretch. But you will make it through, Pavlik, and
We're here for you.
while Disney's in the rearview mirror, you will be going back, I assume, very, very soon.
Yes.
EG, how was the weekend?
It was good. My mom retired on Friday from teaching. So we got to go to her school. We surprised her, me, my brothers, my dad, my grandma, my niece, and it was so fun. And so it was a nice weekend. And then lots of college football, some Christmas activities, Christmas cookies with Guy, my grandma. We have done that every Christmas for the last 30 years, or my oldest brother. And so it was sweet. And then I'll head back tonight for Christmas Eve, my favorite of the 2 days over Christmas Day, and then into New Year's.
I know you're very excited to get back home. I am a little upset that I didn't follow your advice with your holiday shopping guide, which is out for people who maybe are still in the thick of things, because I still have more shopping left to do. I'm getting close,
We
but
talked about this.
I
You're a
know.
last minute shopper, and
I am.
it's coming down to the wire. I have a few stocking stuffers that I still need to purchase as well. So you're not alone.
That makes me feel good
Good.
that you're not completed. Maybe I get finished before you do.
Maybe you do.
There's a
Hey,
chance.
do you need to get anything from Ulta or Sephora?
Not for me personally, but probably for other people in my life.
20%
Yes.
off right now. If you make an account, 20% off.
That doesn't include gift cards, though, right?
Hold, please.
No, there's no way it includes gift cards.
I mean,
because
maybe not, but
it
maybe
doesn't.
they
But
do.
what am I supposed to do? Walk in there and find the right type of rouge?
Rouge.
I don't know what that means, but I
Blush.
did see a headline over the weekend that reminded me of EG's gift video.
Oh, do tell.
So you guys did not go and see this movie, We Live in Time, with Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh.
I did go see that movie. We
Oh,
talked
you did?
about it very deeply.
Yeah.
We had a good conversation. But yeah, I did go see that movie. I actually saw it before you did and told
Really?
you that you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you
remember
said
that.
you weren't going to go see it because it was a sad cancer movie.
No.
No.
I said, I'm going to go see this not knowing exactly what it is. Oh, wait, it's a sad cancer movie.
Oh,
But I went to go see it.
okay. I don't remember this conversation, but anyway, I see a headline over the weekend. Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh gifted their co-star that played their child in the film a Christmas present and it was a full-size Paddington bear stuffed animal.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now, you're
Nice.
already knocking it out of the park for a kid that age with that Paddington bear, but they stepped it up. They took a page out of EG's book and included the book with a handwritten note talking about how much they appreciated her on set and just how professional she was and how they enjoyed
Okay.
having her around.
Okay. Let's set the record straight here. Lionel, confused on a couple of things. That was my tactic, was the handwritten note within the book.
Yeah, to Taylor.
Yeah, and then I get full credit for this, right?
Yeah, but I had the
Well,
personal elements.
Whatever.
I don't know what happened anymore. Somebody in the chat, like, correct me on
No,
how
it was
all this
off
is
air.
going.
It was off air.
Off air,
Mhm.
I was being asked what's a good gift for a younger child. I said, if you buy a book
Put the year.
that has a handwritten note inside, it really connects. Taylor's still here. We can confirm
No,
this.
that
But
definitely happened.
I just feel like Tyler, in his warm holiday greeting there, gave me zero credit for any of the stuff that I've done throughout the year. And I just had to set the record straight.
Yeah, that was Tim. Mine was get people to write notes of advice.
Right.
Yeah. So you swapped us, but both notes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's make this better. Let's start with this. I was at the Galleria yesterday, which
Okay.
is a giant mistake. The Galleria,
That sounds miserable.
it was miserable. There's so many people. However, it was not as miserable for me as it was for some other people. So let me explain. So Santa was coming to my daughter's school for
Hmm.
pictures.
Cool. I like that.
Yes. My daughter was out sick that week.
Oh.
So my wife is very much adamant that we need Santa pictures every year. And we were here running out of time because it is a quicker Christmas season this year because of the way Thanksgiving fell this season. So we ended up at the Galleria yesterday trying to get Santa pictures, and there were people in line from 2:30 p.m.
Mm-mm.
to 6:30 p.m. for Santa pictures because Santa didn't have enough elves to keep things going, and Santa went on a 2-hour break. And
Seriously?
yes, so between like 3 and 5, there was no Santa there. So there were people in line for 4+ hours with kids,
Mm-mm.
and there were 2 lines. There was the line where there's 3 lines actually. There was the standby line, there was the I have a reservation line, and there was the line to where you had to go stand in to purchase said photos. So after you get done in the standby or the reservation line, you have to then go get the photos of there. And the mall was jam-packed with individuals, a bunch of people not so happy this holiday. And you know what? We made the most of it. Our reservation was for 5:15. I said, let's get there and let's get in line at 4:15. So that way, by the time we get up to the front, we're ready to go. It worked out perfect. We were there for 2 hours, but there were other people in the line for 4 hours. And if you want to see how much humanity can fall apart around the Christmas time season, go get in a meeting Santa line with all these parents and kids that were absolutely exhausted
Ugh.
and have to spend the next few days together. But we got the pictures. It turned out great.
Good.
And I just don't advise that anyone really goes to the mall this close to Christmas because
No.
I would have avoided it if I felt like I could have.
Yeah. Helpful hint for next year. Is there a Bass Pro around here?
So there is, but the Bass Pro, it was reserved. Everything had booked up.
Really?
Yeah. Because that's our normal go-to.
Yeah, because my brother and sister-in-law took Sadie, my niece, there, and she did great Santa-wise. But I didn't know that Bass Pro ever did that.
Yeah, it was completely booked up for us, so that wasn't an option. But the
Mm.
Galleria had reservations open, but it didn't really help us too much. Basically, 2 standby lines because both lines were very
Yeah.
long and they were just filtering one after the other. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like a fast pass or anything, but it
Well,
worked out.
You did it.
We
Got the
made it
picture.
through, and I think we have a family memory there. But it was funny because there's a Santa mannequin that's nearby one of the stores where the Santa meat is, and I
Yeah.
was like, we could just snap a photo next to this mannequin, and it looks really good. It's a really good mannequin. But we'd already prepaid, and my
Yeah.
wife was like, let's not go for that. Let's have an actual memory. It turned out great. But anyway, I do recommend you try your hardest to be done with all of your shopping and to lock it down. Stay off the
Mhm.
roads because it's crazy right now. Okay, let's talk a little bit about this past weekend's box office as Sonic 3, Tyler, is the story of the weekend. $62 million
Wow.
domestically, almost double what Mufasa made in the number 2 spot there, and it's a crowd pleaser. It has an A on with Cinema Score, and 86% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. A record weekend here for Sonic. Tell me why everything led into Sonic's direction to dominate the weekend the way it did.
So this is just a movie that cares about its audience. I mean, we saw it with the very inception of the film franchise when they decided to delay the movie to fix the Sonic design because the internet went berserk over that ugly Sonic. And this movie just executes that concept better than the previous two movies. You get the fan favorite character Shadow. He's got a very emotional backstory, and they nail it in this movie. They don't really pull a whole lot of punches, so to speak, for his story and his character arc. And they balance it out really well with strong voice acting performances and just a great performance from Jim Carrey, being the most Jim Carrey you have ever seen him in the past 20 years, playing both Ivo and Gerald Robotnik. Um, it's just what you want as a Sonic fan, or if you're just looking for a good family movie this weekend.
And there's nothing that tells me this won't remain number 1 throughout the holiday season. I don't think there's anything that's going to challenge it with how commercially accepted it is. So, Sonic, the big money winner over the course of the weekend, debuting with $62 million in ticket sales. The two previous Sonic movies together grossed more than 700 million worldwide. The third installment appears likely to do better than both of them. You already have a fourth Sonic movie in development.
Yep.
It feels like a franchise that has a lot of legs to it, no pun intended.
Oh, yes. Yes, there are so many characters they can add, so many different routes they can go with the story. Lots of spin-offs they could create for Paramount Plus if they want to try and get more market share on the streaming side. So I think Sonic is here to stay unless they just stop giving the fans exactly what they want.
Well, I think they learned their lesson early with
Oh
that
yeah.
horrible Sonic design. Mufasa was in more theaters, including more premium screens over
Mhm.
the course of the weekend. Mufasa was in 4,100 theaters. Sonic was in 3,700 theaters, roughly. But Mufasa have to take their $35 million domestically, notably shy of expectations, as Mufasa cost more than $200 million to make. We both saw Mufasa last week, and I feel, Tyler, like it was a very muted emotional experience. It just
Oh
didn't
yeah.
feel
It
like
was
it
just
had the same weight as maybe even the 2019 Lion King did.
yeah, this was just kind of exactly what you would expect a Lion King prequel to be. There's nothing particularly interesting because you know the characters you're following are going to make it to the other movies because you've seen them in movies 20 years before and you kind of know which ones are not going to last. So there's just no stakes for it. And on top of that, I don't know how many people are that anxious to receive just every answer to every possible question you could have about the Lion King franchise, all the way to how Rafiki got his walking stick.
Yeah, not interesting questions lead to uninteresting answers, and that's what you get here with Mufasa. We don't really need to know how certain things develop going into the actual Lion King story, and it felt like they were trying to maybe juice a lemon here, and they didn't get much juice out of that lemon. And Mufasa, it's perfectly, there's nothing, I don't think, offensive about it. It's just, it's kind of dead in the eyes when you get up close to all these lines. It doesn't feel like there's enough spectacle there to warrant the storytelling that's taking place. So Mufasa, will it draw in some family audiences over the holiday? For sure, but I just don't think it carries enough weight to matter long term. And I don't think it adds a lot to the Lion King lore, to be completely honest. Wicked holding strong there in the number 3 spot. That's a movie we saw, EG, like
A century ago.
it wasn't a century ago, but it
Yeah, it was.
was a month ago, maybe over a month ago at this point, and it's held strong, and we haven't even gotten to the point where they have the sing-along re-release yet, have we? I mean,
Oh,
that's
No,
later this month.
that's like on Christmas, I thought.
Oh, okay. On
yikes.
Christmas Day?
I
Can you think of a worse way for Tyler to spend his Christmas Day than going with his Wicked sing-along?
That sounds miserable.
I think it would be. That's gonna be a super spreader event.
Yeah.
You're just constantly getting pelted with people's
It just and
spittle.
no, I am so over that movie too. Like, I'm gonna be quite frank. It's just annoying. Like, Lionel, you were ahead of the curve on being over that movie 6 months ago. I'm very over
Oh,
it.
hey, don't forget we got Wicked for Good coming out next year.
Wicked Forever.
Will it make Tyler's top 10 most anticipated movies of
No.
2025?
Spoiler alert, it does not. It is not even in honorable mentions.
Agreed.
Well, we'll see if it makes mine then.
Oh, well, maybe it will.
But
Wait,
I hope it doesn't win Best Picture at the Oscars.
why have we not talked about the drama of Ariana Grande and the little redhead dude?
Because that was drama that was about a year. It's about a year old now.
Are
Really?
you talking about SpongeBob?
We're talking about SpongeBob.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
why do we call him SpongeBob?
Because he is most known for playing SpongeBob on like a live stage production of SpongeBob.
Well, the wife, ex-wife, the woman that got cheated on with a 2-month-old baby,
Yeah, she
just
came out with a statement like
yeah.
over the weekend.
Mhm.
Is that it?
I mean, if we want to talk about it, we can keep
Because the
going.
big thing over the weekend was Blake Lively and
Oh,
Justin Baldoni from It
yes.
Ends With Us, with Blake Lively coming out with legal action against
Yeah.
Justin Baldoni. It Ends With Us, by the way, one of the surprise movies of the year for me. I really enjoyed that film. Thought it was really good,
Yeah.
really well done. It's going to be debuting on Netflix. If not,
I think it's already out.
it's already on Netflix.
Because my sister-in-law was talking about it, actually.
It's good. It's a good movie.
Mhm.
But the two leads in the movie hate each other.
Hate.
And the press tour was the weirdest press tour ever because it was Justin Baldoni talking about the threats of domestic violence while Blake Lively was talking about more superficial things
Right.
about get your girls and go to the movie. And now Blake
Like
Lively is suing Justin Baldoni for on-set misconduct and trying to bury her reputationally. He says she did it to herself.
I'm
mean,
on Team Blake.
This movie made a lot of money.
Mhm.
A lot of money on a small budget. It was a
Mhm.
huge hit this year. Colleen Hoover, the writer behind this, everything she does right now is being adapted now
Yeah.
because this was a huge Hollywood moneymaker. But will we get a sequel to this? I don't think we will, because
No.
especially after the lawsuit.
No, I went through and I read the whatever legal proof they had, and it was pretty damning. Like, I don't think you can make up like the text messages and stuff. And for them to have all of that kind of prepared, wrapped up in a bow, they mean business.
Yeah.
It was awful, some of the things that I was reading.
And Ryan Reynolds is standing right there by his wife's side,
Yes.
like in a very strong fashion. And it is right now you have to pick a side,
Mhm.
Team Baldoni or Team Blake.
I'm Team Blake.
And I haven't picked a side yet because I need more information.
Yeah, I went down the rabbit trail. It's really easy to do so. Sister of the Traveling Pants released a statement because Blake Lively was in that movie 20 years ago.
They did the actresses and
Yes.
sister, the actual pants did not
No,
release
no, no,
a
no.
statement. I
The
just want to
actual
make that clear.
pants. But the
Just the
actors,
sisterhood of the
the
pants.
sisterhood.
The
But
pants are torn.
yes, it was interesting though. Like, I don't know. I think that the timing of it is particularly intriguing to me as well,
Mhm.
just with all that we heard about that movie. And it never piqued my interest when it was on the press tour, and I haven't read the book. But my sister-in-law was talking about it, and she's like, "I actually watched it." She's like, "Have you seen it?" I was like, "No." She said that she liked it because she didn't know it was about domestic violence, and she, going in without that view of it,
Mhm.
watched it completely different.
Right.
Yeah, and I was like, "Well, maybe I need to watch it," but I know it's about
It's
domestic
good.
violence.
It's good. No, it's good though. You should watch it. I would love, even if you want to do a review, we could do a review of it because it really turned into one of my favorites of the year, and I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Like I think it's done really well. I think it's handled really well.
I do wanna circle back to the little redhead gnome-looking dude in Ariana Grande.
Okay.
So, that's horrible.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
he left his wife and newborn child
Yeah.
for Ariana Grande.
It's just kinda I mean, it's just gross.
It's called an affair. This is
Like,
what happens.
yeah, but then have you heard how Ariana Grande was like, "Oh, I knew I could do it, that's why I did it."
Doesn't she have a song called "Go Cheat on Your Girlfriend, Please? I'm Bored"? Something like that.
break up with your boyfriend, break up with your girlfriend, I'm bored.
Yeah, that's it.
Gross.
Yep.
And now Little Gnome Man is with Ariana Grande and his child is fatherless.
It kind of makes that scene in Wicked where he'll do anything she says.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'll tell you, EG's here for the tea today.
I am.
EG's like, where's that tea? I'm about to spill it.
I know.
Okay, that's all I got.
Anyways.
Moana 2 continues to make money. No surprise there, drawing in $13.1 million over the weekend, as Moana 2 could possibly give Disney the top 3 movies of the year. In 4 weeks of release, it's collected $790.2 million globally, including that $13.1 million from US and Canada this past weekend. If you look at what Disney has done this year, they've accounted for more than $5 billion in ticket sales worldwide. Disney is helping keep theaters alive, especially since they've gotten away from straight to streaming results and they've really started theatrically releasing things. It's paying off for them. They hold the top 2 movies of the year in Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine. This has been a big year for Disney, even if Mufasa is coming up a little bit short.
It definitely is, and this doesn't stop anything. This doesn't stop their progress. I mean, they'll have a new slate of movies coming out next year. Lilo and Stitch will do well. What else do they have coming out? That Elio. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I imagine that will do fairly well as well.
Yeah, it's about a little boy who ends up representing Earth to an alien race, and they end up looking at him as like sort of the leader. It's a Pixar movie, so an animated film, but Pixar's betting big on trying their hardest to get a sort of an original idea to catch fire because they've had some ups and downs with developing new content. Typically, they've been able to play it much safer with sequels to
Yeah.
existing IP. So that's really the case with everything. Sequels to existing IP, as you see once again with these top movies like Deadpool and Wolverine, a sequel, Inside Out 2, a sequel, Moana, a sequel. The next Frozen's going to crush. I
Oh,
mean,
of course.
Frozen 3,
Of course.
whenever it gets out there,
$1 billion.
it'll crush. So, there we have the top 4. Homestead in the 5 spot, Gladiator 2 in the 6 spot, Craven the Hunter in week 2 in the 7th spot with 3.1 million. That's actually more than I thought it would make.
Yeah, how much did it make in first week?
11
Like,
million.
oh yeah.
So about 15 million, roughly, probably a little bit more than that since it came out. And Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim in the 8th spot, the best Christmas pageant ever in the 9th spot, and Red One hanging there in the top 10, even though it's available for streaming. So there we have it. That box office top 10 will look very different coming up the next time we are here on Meltdown Live a week from today. And Tyler, I know you're very excited. I'm very excited about what's to come. And coming up here today, we're going to have a Meltdown countdown from Tyler telling you which 5 movies matter the most over this sort of holiday break. This can be movies that he hadn't seen but are top of mind. These can be movies that he saw a few weeks ago that he would recommend you check out. It could be a wide range of films, and we look forward to picking Tyler's brain there in just a little bit. If you're looking for someone to pick your teeth, we encourage you to reach out to the dental team that we trust most. Yes, if your dentist is picking your brain, that means they're probably not very good at their job. You want to turn to the ones that I trust the most, located on Grants Mill Road, Dr. Jeff, Dr. Brian, and Dr. Nolan over at Alabama Dental Associates, providing you all sorts of services when it comes to staying on top of your dental health. Whether you have a nagging toothache or you need to get on top of those regular cleanings, they're there for you. Maybe you're new in town, need to make sure you have a dentist on standby. Reach out and try Alabama Dental Associates for yourself, as they are accepting new patients now and can help you feel at ease about all of your upcoming dental procedures. For more information or to make an appointment, call them 205-956-8977 or visit alabamadental.com, where they look forward to seeing you. Okay, it is now time for us to get a little relaxed, a little holly, and a little jolly
Yeah.
with a Christmas-themed edition of 10 with Tim. Is everybody ready to play?
I'm so excited.
Okay, I'm going back to awarding points here. It is anybody's game.
Lord have mercy.
We're going to make this a competitive version.
Okay.
Y'all ready? Tyler, what is your best piece of advice for all the kids out there that are still holding out hope that they'll be on Santa's nice list? Because they only got a couple of days to make sure that they're in the right spot there for Christmas morning. You don't want to end up on that naughty list.
Oh, yeah. He makes last second adjustments That's why there's the Santa tracker. He's gotta plan this out, and also he can change on the fly. That's why they have to track him everywhere. So just continue to help out in these last few
Mm.
days before Christmas. Help put away trash, help set out the food, just help out the people providing for you in any way you can. And you might get a few extra points. See something extra under the tree.
Wow. Look
What
at that.
that's a wonderful
That was a
answer.
2,000 point answer right there. Excellent job, Tyler.
That was incredible.
I'm telling you, when we do the competitive style, Tyler brings it.
Yeah.
When we're just doing the laid back, no points are on the line style, Tyler's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't, why are you asking me this? But I mean, when he has those points lingering out there,
He brings it.
he does. E.g., what's your best piece of advice for all of those younglings that are out
Yes.
there
Yes. Yes.
looking to make Santa's nice list?
Well, Tyler nailed it with the being helpful, right? You want to be helpful in these last couple of days. You don't want to stress your parents out any more than you have to. When it comes to your siblings, choose to take the high road. Choose not to argue over the action figure or what to watch on film. Simply agree with them. Let your parents have a break. Number 2,
Oh,
be
this is
grateful
numbered.
for
Yeah.
what you have while also looking forward to what you may get. Don't be complaining about the toys you have now. Show appreciation for what Santa brought you last year. That goes a long way. And number 3, try to keep your Christmas clothes clean.
Okay. Short and sweet there on the last one. I
Yeah.
like that very much. I I have to point this out.
Okay.
Tyler and I are doing a movie review
Yes.
of a Netflix movie called Carry On that's out.
Mm-hmm.
And I kid you not, EG, there's a scene where someone hands the main character a Clorox pen.
Yep.
And then the guy goes, "Thanks, Lionel. I appreciate it."
Way.
And I'm watching it going, had I known there was a Lionel in this, we would have watched this together.
Agreed.
Oh, it was so heartwarming because I felt like Tyler was there with me,
Yeah.
even though we were watching it in separate locations at the same time. But okay, I'm gonna ask the chat there, who do you think whose answer did you like the most? Did you
Wow.
like Tyler's? Did you like EG's? Because maybe I do it by round. Maybe that's the way to do it. I don't know. But I'm thinking right now, Tyler with a solid 2,000 points, and EG will determine if the audience can push you forward. I may
Yeah.
match that.
Or
I
Or
would
go
just like
above
to
if
point
you
out
want.
you asked for one piece of advice, and EG tried to, give you three. She didn't answer the question.
you're saying that she went outside the rules
She
trying
did.
to.
Oh.
She did.
That was not my intentions, Tim. I apologize.
Your apology is accepted. I thought it was a very thoughtful answer.
Thank
I
you.
wasn't expecting all the numbers there. That was really nice. I like it
Thank
personally.
you.
I'm going to
Thank
look
you.
at the chat here and we will award those points. Number 2 on 10 with Tim. This is going to take an hour. Here we go. E.g., name a voice, past or present, that you associate directly with this holiday time of year. What is a voice that just immediately says Christmas to you?
Okay, you guys have to track with me here.
Okay.
DVDs, Disney, when you'd pop them in, and it was like, coming to Disney this holiday season.
Yeah.
That,
So sort of the coming attractions
yes.
guy that was on the Disney VHS
Yeah.
DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then it was like the Santa Claus movies that would pop up, previews.
Okay.
Yep.
It's a very, I can
The,
tell
like
you
the
went
blue and gold screen.
went to the recesses of your mind there for that.
I did.
And you gave what was an honest, heartfelt answer.
Thank you.
So I appreciate that. That's got to be worth some points to the chat
Thank
at some
you.
point. Tyler, give me a voice that you think is associated with Christmas.
I'm gonna go with Burl Ives, voice of the snowman and Rudolph.
Now, that's not because Charles said Burl Ives in the chat, right? I mean, you really felt that.
I actually didn't see that answer.
Okay, so
I
you and
wasn't looking at
Charles
the
are
chat.
completely aligned there.
Hmm.
Also, people think Tyler did win round 1. It was
Good.
an exceptional offering there, but EG, you're currently winless in 10 with 10. We're going to try to get you there over the next
Thank you.
7 questions.
I appreciate
Okay,
it.
really 8 questions here. But Tyler is winning right now, 2,500 points to none. Okay, we move on to
Noted.
question number 3. EG, if Krampus was a diehard fan of an SEC football team, which team do you feel Krampus would root for?
I feel like Krampus would root for the Aggies.
Texas A&M.
Yes.
Any particular reason?
I don't know Krampus. I think he's weird. I think the Yell people at Texas A&M are weird, and
Okay.
they fit.
I think that's a great answer. 1,000 points for EG. Tyler, if Krampus was an SEC football fan, who would Krampus cheer for?
So Krampus appeared in Red One. Very according to Amazon, one of the most popular movies around right now.
Ever made.
Ever made. Ever made. And in Red One, Krampus likes to play a game he calls Krampus Schlop, which is basically just slap boxing. And if there was one SEC fan base that I could definitely see just getting rowdy at a tailgate and start playing Krampus Schlop, it's LSU.
Ooh,
That's a good answer.
that is a really, really good answer. Is it a 2,000 point answer? Potentially. Potentially. It's good. It's
Good.
good. He took your Aggies, he raised you in LSU, and I think it's fair.
Okay.
I think it's fair. We're gonna get this going here.
Yeah.
Okay. There's some 5,000 point questions coming
Okay.
up. Okay. Stay in the game,
Cool.
EG. Don't get slap boxed out of this. Here we go.
No.
Question number 4. Tyler, what's something you always personally look forward to doing around the holiday season? What is something you personally look forward to doing around the holiday season? Maybe a tradition, maybe something that every year it's just like this little moment that comes around that reminds you of the spirit of the holiday.
Ooh. There's a breakfast casserole my mom would always make on Christmas morning. It's like you take like the crescent rolls and
Mm.
sausage and
Mm-hmm.
cream cheese, and it's delicious.
It would
That
hit the spot.
it really hits the spot on Christmas morning. I will eat 3 or 4 plates minimum of that, and take a nap the rest of the day, and that just makes it feel like Christmas.
Right. For Tyler, it's hibernation. EG, what is something that you love to do around the Christmas time?
Okay, I have like 15 that are coming to mind, but I'm gonna pare it down because you're only asking for one, right?
Thank you for
You're
following the
welcome.
rules. Yes, Tyler.
I'm gonna go with Christmas cookies. I actually mentioned it with my grandma,
Mhm.
and we've been doing it for forever. We make the same things every year, and her house is always so festive. Like there is not 1 inch that is not Christmas decor themed. We get Longhorns. We love Longhorns in my family. Order it in, or she'll cook, and just like that whole process is so fun.
You know who else has longhorns?
The Texas Longhorns?
Krampus.
Oh,
Krampus has
Mhm.
that's
longhorns.
cool.
Yeah. Um, by the way, Brian Pavlik says looking at lights, and Krampus would be an Ole Miss fan.
Hmm.
So, because something never lost a tailgate. Gotcha.
Okay.
I think that you guys gave both really great answers there. We're going to continue on, not
Okay.
throw out any points there. We're going to try to get EG some points on the board here with number 5. EG, what is your personal favorite Christmas song?
Oh, Last Christmas by Wham.
You
Easy.
you've talked about this. I think there's a sequence in Carry On that has Last Christmas playing that is a really strong sequence there. I think that there are people that probably really like that scene. I don't know if you remember what it is right off the top of your head,
Not
Tyler.
off the
Okay.
top of my head, I don't.
Great action sequence
Oh, okay.
taking place inside of a car. My question to
Probably does
you,
that. Yeah.
Tyler, what is your favorite Christmas song?
I'm gonna go with "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch." 'Cause that's just it's just classic Christmas vibes. It's just fun.
There are also multiple versions of that song.
I'm going with the original
Going
though.
with the original. There's the Jim Carrey Grinch version, and then there's
The
the
new one.
Benedict
I like the
Cumberbatch Grinch
Benedict one.
version. And they're all very good for different reasons. But EG, we're going to get you here in the game, and you are going to, I believe you already have 1,000 points, so
Yeah.
I apologize for saying you had 0. Because of that error, we're going to move you up to 3,000 points here. So
Wow.
it's officially a game.
Merry Christmas.
Let's move on to this. Tyler, what is the most overrated Christmas movie in existence?
A Christmas Story.
Now, I really like A Christmas Story.
Yeah, I know you do.
So, I mean,
But you wanted my answer.
but I'm going to give you, I have a scientific scoring system. It has nothing to do with my personal beliefs. It's all science. And we'll see how that works out with the scoring system there. E.g., what is the most overrated Christmas movie?
Elf.
Now, Elf
She's playing to the judge.
is a
No, I'm
correct
not.
answer. I think Elf is extremely
I
overrated.
hate Elf.
I do not like Elf either. E.g., that's 2,000 points for you. Congratulations. Based on the scientific scoring
Thank
system,
you.
not my bias. Next question here. E.g., if Rudolph is still number 1, who do you feel is America's second favorite reindeer?
Easy. Vixen.
Okay. I had to make sure there was a Vixen in
Vixen.
my head. Yes, there is a
Yeah.
Vixen. They do have a lot of similarities there. Why Vixen? Why is that clearly number 2?
Only girl. And for other weird reasons, I feel like She has a following.
Vixen is a female reindeer?
Yeah.
We know this
I-
for sure?
Yeah,
I don't know this information either.
absolutely.
This one in red one?
no, believe it or not.
Okay. Tyler, who would you say is America's second favorite reindeer if Rudolph is number one?
I would say Blitzen because he's got a cool name.
I
And
do
I'm
feel like
and
there are a lot of drunk uncles out there going like, yeah, Blitzen. That is the correct
Blitzen,
answer.
Bama, Blitzen.
Exactly. Look at that SEC
Yes, I
thing.
like that.
Yeah, that's good. 1,000 points for EG, 1,000 points for Tyler.
Ooh.
All right, we continue on. EG, do you personally prefer real or artificial trees?
I've always had artificial trees after the real one fell on me as a child. Yes. The tree fell on me, and my dad was out of town, and the pizza guy had to come in and help my mom get the tree off me.
That's an awful story.
I know. I
I
know.
can't believe this is the first time this is coming up.
Yeah,
So let me get this straight. Mom orders a pizza.
I guess so.
You're excited about pizza night.
I suppose.
You see the pizza guy pull up.
I'm like I'm like a toddler. So like if the tree falls, it could do some damage. And the two older brothers are, being little menaces. And I don't know if they pushed the tree on top of me. I've never heard their side of the story.
That sounds right.
It does. And lo and behold, a tree falls on me, and my mom can't get it up, and the pizza guy has to help her get the tree off me.
So let me just, I'm sorry. I
No,
gotta,
you're fine.
so you're trapped under the tree.
Yeah.
The doorbell rings.
Yeah.
Your mom goes, let me leave the child under the tree
Yeah.
and go get the aid of whoever this is at the door.
Yeah.
Goes to the door. Is she in a panic from the story? Or
Um,
is she like, you've got to come help
my
me?
mom is not a panicker at all. Like nothing phases her at all. So I can imagine it went something like, "Hey, how are you? Do you mind coming in for just a second? Got a situation. Everything good? Okay, awesome." She's under the tree.
Would you say you share that trait in
Yes.
pressure situations? Like you're
Mhm.
able to be like
I do.
very calm, cool,
Mhm.
collected.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, that's a wild story.
Yeah.
Tyler, that's gonna be tough to beat. Do you personally prefer real or artificial trees?
I guess artificial, because I definitely could not be bothered to go out and get a real tree. I'm barely bothered enough to put up an artificial tree. My apartment does not have any trees at the moment.
No.
You did say you were gonna stick with that,
Yeah.
and look who'll be laughing on December 26th when he's not having to take down any sort of decorations. But I do feel like next year, let's put a little effort into getting a tree up. Can we do that?
It depends on my schedule.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna play it by ear. I hate real trees. I
Yeah.
like the artificial trees. I think they look better. You don't have to water them.
No.
You don't have to
Vacuum all around them.
like dispose of them. You put them in a box.
Mhm.
They're
Cost effective.
cost effective. You get your money's worth.
No bugs on them.
No bugs. No sap.
Mm.
Tree sap is the worst. And decorating a real tree is a real bummer too.
Yeah.
Like there's almost nothing I like about a real tree.
The smell you can also get in a candle.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Give me that artificial tree every time. I'm sure I'm being outvoted in the chat. I'm sure most people enjoy the real tree, but I haven't looked to see there. But I very much like the artificial. All right, we're going to move on to this. Rank these treats from best to worst.
Okay.
I'm going to read these hopefully one time.
Okay.
So be thinking in your head. There's 5 of them. Fruitcake, gingerbread, candy canes, eggnog, and fudge.
Okay.
Those are the 5. Fruitcake, gingerbread, candy canes, eggnog, and fudge. Rank them from best to worst because I honestly don't really like any of these.
Who's going first?
You can go first.
I kind of feel the same way. Number 1, I'm gonna go candy cane.
That's your favorite?
That's my favorite.
Okay.
Number 2, a good gingerbread.
Okay.
3 fudge, 4 eggnog, 5 fruitcake.
When was the last time you had eggnog?
Uh,
'Cause I
couple years, million years.
think I had it once and said never again. I'm just not an eggnog guy.
It's my grandma likes eggnog, my other grandma, and so when she comes to town, we always have to get it.
Okay.
I don't love it.
Okay. You're talking about the eggnog, not your
Eggnog.
grandma.
Yeah.
Okay. Tyler, how would you rank these from best to worst?
Best to worst. Go gingerbread, eggnog. Number 3 is fudge. Number 4, candy canes. Number 5, fruitcake.
Fruitcake should be 5th. I mean,
Yeah.
clearly, it's 5th on both of y'all's list. People who gift fruitcake.
They must hate
Is that
you.
a thing? I've actually never had fruitcake. It just looks gross.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
gross. And sometimes it's like soaked in like brandy for months.
right. Do you add a little happy juice to the eggnog every now and then?
Sometimes.
Little
Sometimes I
nutmeg,
like just drinking it
pure.
plain. Yeah, it's like drinking melted vanilla ice cream to me
Hmm.
with like a little bit of cinnamon in there.
Ugh.
But yeah, I'll mix it with some stuff.
Um, when my wife and I went to Nashville, my daughter brought a gingerbread house making kit over to her grandmother's.
Oh, I thought you meant in the car. I was like, whoa, what a car
No,
activity.
and it was just it wouldn't stay together. It was
Yeah.
just impossible to stay together. Gingerbread houses, gingerbread men, it all sounds great, but you can't eat a bunch of them at the same time, right? Sugar cookies,
All day, every
just
day.
knock them back.
Love
Chocolate chip
them.
cookies, knock them back. That's why Santa wants cookies,
Yeah, not gingerbread men.
not gingerbread cookies or gingerbread men. He
Mhm.
wants the standard American fare cookies is
Yeah.
what he's looking for. There on Christmas.
Smuff brings up a good point in the chat. He says fudge is only highly rated if it's peanut butter fudge.
I'm a big fudge person.
I gotta agree. Peanut butter fudge is
I don't love
delicious.
fudge.
I don't like any type of fudge really. I've never found a type of fudge I like.
Me neither. I've
Yeah.
never craved it. Along with gingerbread, along with eggnog,
Yeah,
along
not my
with
thing.
fruitcake.
Okay, so all 5 of these are on the naughty list. Last question here. This one is worth 5,000 points.
Here we go.
Whoever wins this question will win the game.
Okay.
E.g., what's a Christmas gift you still remember fondly?
Getting my bike on Christmas, and I remember me and my middle brother came down the stairs, and the best part was that he thought it was for him because the lights were off, and the satisfaction of the tables turning and it being my bike, incredible.
And then you dump the tree on his head.
Yeah.
Take that. Ain't no pizza man working on this day. All right. I'm not going to say anything else. Tyler, what is a Christmas gift that you still remember fondly?
I think it would have to be when I got a PlayStation 2. I was maybe, I don't know, 7 years old, and I remember waking up and seeing it under the tree and just thinking like, "Yep, I'm playing SpongeBob all day, every day today." And also got Mortal Kombat as well.
You also had a chance to finally play your Scooby Doo game, which is
Oh
important.
yeah. See, the year before, for anyone who hasn't heard this story, I was gifted a Scooby Doo PS2 game for Christmas, but I only had a PS1 at the time, so I couldn't play it.
There's a potential tiebreaker here because y'all both gave great answers, but
Okay.
there's a potential tiebreaker. Can anybody show maybe a gift they got, I don't know, this holiday season from the person who runs the scientific scoring mechanism? Do they have
No,
that
I
on
took it
hand?
home already.
Oh my gosh, Tyler can. What is that,
No.
Tyler?
Oh, this is a poster for Godzilla Minus One. It's one of the best movies of 2023 and probably the best Godzilla movie ever made, and just one of the best theater experiences I've ever had. I could really sink my teeth into this story, no pun intended.
And you really like the gift?
Oh, I love this. I love
Oh
this.
my
I'm taking
I
it
have
home with me today.
a photo of the gift that I sent to my parents saying, Tim gifted me with a card guard for poker and it's Braves themed. This is so cool.
Okay. Do you have the actual gift here for the points? For the
No, because
tiebreaker?
I want to take it home for safekeeping. Why would I keep that on me?
I mean, that's fair,
Gift
but
is also on the way if that sweetens the pot.
oh, thank you so much, Tyler. Now, EG, if you want to beat Tyler, do you have a
Yeah,
gift to
I
present to
do.
me right now?
Not presenting to you now, but I have one in the works.
Okay, this is really difficult.
Can you have another tiebreaker?
This is really difficult, but I think that ah, here's what we'll do. The first one of you to name one of the lucky numbers on the back of my fortune ends up winning.
37.
You got the first guess at 37. There is no 37. Tyler,
16.
there is no 16.
19.
There is no 19.
17.
No 17.
7.
No 7.
9.
No 9.
11.
No 11.
37.
No
I already said
37.
that.
Oh yeah. Shoot.
2.
No 2.
8.
No 8.
1.
No 1. Do you
Yes,
think
I said that.
there are 5 numbers on here ranged somewhere between 1 and 50, and somehow y'all have not landed on a single one?
47.
Nope.
13.
Nope.
12?
Nope. This is amazing.
23.
Nope.
42.
Nope.
29.
Nope. This is the weirdest thing we've ever done.
21?
Nope.
Oh. 21.
41 is on there.
Yeah.
41 is on there.
Other numbers.
5, 6, 22,
I
33, 39, 41. You guys should not play the lotto.
No.
G is a Christmas miracle. Somehow
Golly, it
you
feels
have
so good.
wiggled your way out of this. And I assume Lionel will be returning whatever Christmas gift is on the way after this blasphemous decision here from the judge. But EG gets one win at least in 2024. So
Goodness.
congratulations, you finally made it through. But
Thank you to my competitor. Thank you to the judge.
we run a fair operation here. Congratulations to EG. All right, Tyler. There is one number that is associated with your task today on Meltdown Countdown. That number is 5 because I've asked for you to come up with 5 newish movies that are worth talking about this week. A lot of people, they get the family together and then all of a sudden they're like, what can we all do? What can we all enjoy? And they'll go to the movies. And then at that point, sometimes they'll break up and see different things. So I've kind of tasked you with keep in mind different genres for different folks, maybe something streaming, maybe something at the theater. You tell me how you want to approach this list with this Meltdown Countdown.
First off, starting off with number 5. If you want a bit of an action drama kind of movie,
Okay.
I'd recommend Gladiator 2.
Mm.
And that's because the original Gladiator had such a wide range of appeal. It just truly hit with the general audience. So why not get that same general audience together and go see the sequel over the holidays?
Gladiator 2 is not great, but it is good.
It's good, and I think if you really like the first one, you'll enjoy this one.
Yeah.
Is it as good as the first one? Absolutely not. But it's a fun time.
If you're looking for a shot of testosterone and Denzel Washington chewing up some scenery,
Oh yeah.
Gladiator 2
Yeah.
gives you that. But should it be nominated for Best Picture?
No.
Absolutely not. It shouldn't. And the original Gladiator in 2000 dominated the Oscars. So there's a start to number 5 there with Gladiator 2. Where are we going for number 4 on this Meltdown Countdown?
Number 4, we're going with a third installment in a franchise for family movies, and that's Sonic 3. Now,
Oh.
admittedly, if you're planning on seeing this, you need to try and find an empty screening because the Sonic 3 fans are the worst. The worst. I'll
Oh,
take the Terrifier
wow.
crowd all day, every day over the Sonic fans.
I
Are
thought
you are a Sonic fan?
well,
Not one of these.
Hold
Not
on.
one of these.
hold on. You went to the fan screening
Yes.
and you raved about the experience being interactive.
Yes, the moments of cheering were great, but if you're not a Sonic fan and you're also not someone there to observe and report on screenings, and you just want to kick back and watch a movie, that you want to be in an empty theater for that one.
So it's this is kind of similar to Wicked in that
Yes.
a lot of
yes,
interaction
Yes.
happening.
This is like the total opposite of the people who go to see Wicked, but like I would say same level
Was
of
it kids?
obnoxiousness. No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
No, people
People your age?
adults who, have not left the house in a long time.
Okay.
So, yeah, make sure to go and try and find an empty screening. It will be difficult, but
Yeah.
you can find a less populated screening because they are showing it, like, 20 times a day. Um, Great family movie, a
Wow.
lot of good humor for the kids, a lot of good action that they'll enjoy, and if you've got a little bit of nostalgia for the Sonic franchise, it'll tap that vein right there for the parents.
With how excited Tyler's been about it, with how much he's raved about it, with
Yeah.
everything, I'm surprised it's at number 4. But I think what he's thinking is, I got to protect my people. And my people
Yeah.
aren't those obsessed ones that want that fan event
Yeah.
like I went to. They're maybe looking for some peace and
I
quiet.
respect
I
that.
mean, the guy I sat next to at the fan screening smelled real bad.
Ew.
I mean,
Ew.
it was
Gross.
pungent.
Ew.
Why are we just now hearing about
I
this?
know.
Yeah,
This is the first show we've had since the
yeah.
screening, isn't it?
It smelled like
Or no, I went Thursday, not Friday. Dang, I
Tyler.
can't remember anything anymore. I need these days off.
Tyler, you do need these days off. You're in overdrive here, but like
Yeah.
feel like all of our connection is just it goes in the wind with Tyler.
It does. It does.
Oh boy.
But it's all good. But it smelled like an Indian food wrapped in a diaper, is what that guy smelled like.
I wouldn't say that. More just like BO.
Ew.
Okay. That's an Anchorman line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not just I
Yeah.
just come up with that. It smells like Indian food wrapped in a diaper.
Ew, that's so gross. I will not be
Anyway.
going to that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't blame you, EG.
Not to offend, like, I feel like I offended the anime fans last show. Apologies.
EG's officially canceling
Yeah.
her Sonic ticket as we speak.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to number 3 on this Meltdown countdown.
Number 3, if you want a good thriller, you kind of just want to stay at home, go watch Carry On. It's on
Huh?
Netflix. It's got Jason Bateman. He's great in everything he does. I like when he's kind of still playing the smart guy, the straight guy, but he's on the wrong side of the law.
Ooh.
I like that. Because he's got that sort of cunning tone to his
Oh
voice.
yeah.
And it makes it very interesting. So if you're looking for a good thriller movie, something sort of Die Hard inspired, Die Hard adjacent even, go watch Carry On. It was a great time.
So spoiler alert here, not for Carry On, but for my opinion on Carry On, I really, really liked it.
Well, then I'm inspired.
It's on Netflix. It's the easiest thing, barrier to entry. You don't have to book a ticket. You don't have to show up. You don't have to find parking. You don't have to fight mall crowds. You don't have to do any of that.
Don't have to deal with Sonic fans.
Just click play and enjoy.
I'm gonna do it.
And it is a fun, let me tell you, it's a perfect you and Mikey movie.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah, I
a
would say so.
really perfect you and Mikey movie because it is just full throttle fun.
Okay. Okay. Woo,
So-
excited.
I'm looking forward to our review later. We will have that out here on the channel with all the different spoilers for those that have seen it, but it's still relatively fresh. Came out last week and is a lot of fun. So let's move on now to number 2.
Number 2 on my list. Moving on. If you like music, if you like biopics, if you like drama, you should go this weekend and check out A Complete Unknown. I cannot wait for this movie. I love musical biopics, as we all know, and I think this one will be great. Everyone has been raving about Timothy Chalamet's performance as Bob Dylan. Even Bob Dylan himself said that that Timmy guy did a great job. He nailed it, and I'm excited to see what happens. But if you like the sort of historical biopic, look at the rise and fall of a musician, I think it'll be a good fit.
We are trying to do a meltdown at the movies with this
Oh
Complete
yeah.
Unknown. We're going to have to work out some details behind the scenes and figure out when that can possibly happen. But I have a date in mind.
Okay.
We'll talk about it, put our head together because I know Spud's really excited to see this. I think Hunter is joining us. Hunter
Yep.
Bussey is joining us for this trip out to the movies. So it'll be another fun meltdown at the movies. All right. A Complete Unknown, something you have not seen yet, but are very excited about. It's top of mind. It's something that this season is going to have a lot of people drawn to it. What is number 1 on your list, and have you seen it?
I have not, so let's get to my honorable mentions
Oh,
first.
look at that. I like that swerve right there.
So, first off, for honorable mentions,
Sorry.
it is the season, so you might want to watch a Christmas movie. And there's been 2 options really that you could go see lately. And that's Red One, which is not on the list. Don't watch that. That is just whew, that is slop. But one Christmas movie that I didn't expect to enjoy as much as I did was The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. It's an adaptation of the classic Christmas book, and I think it does it very well. It's a good family movie, and just some of that good holiday cheer throughout the movie, and that's about it. It's just a good feeling movie.
Yeah.
You've been high on it since the moment you walked out of the theater, and safe choice for
Yes, it's
all
a
members of the family.
yes.
Okay. Any other honorable mentions before we get to number
Another
1?
honorable mention, a movie that released in theaters November 1st. It's one that me and Tim both highly recommend, and that's A Real Pain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is not a fun holiday movie. It is just a great movie, and if you've got time to watch it and check it out, you will be blown away by the performances of both Kieran Culkin and Jesse Eisenberg, and I just really think it deserves more love. It is such a great film.
This and September 5th are 2 movies that I really like in the award season. Not to do
Yes.
necessarily well. Kieran Culkin right now is the leader for supporting actor, but two movies that I can really get behind and say I really, really, really think these are great. And A Real Pain is right there in the discussion for will it or will it not be nominated. I think it will get a Best Picture nomination.
I think it should.
I think it's very,
think it
very
should.
good. And Jesse Eisenberg directs and stars in it. Kieran Culkin is sort of the one that's eating up all of the praise from the movie right now. He's the one that's on the pedestal, but I think the whole movie works really, really well. And it's an adult drama that focuses on really intense themes, but somehow still makes you feel warm
Oh yeah,
throughout the experience. It's a tough balancing act, but I think it's very good. And it's a good conversation starter if you happen to see it with other people.
definitely.
Okay. Anything else, honorable mention wise?
Nothing else for honorable mention, so let's move on to my number one of this list. If you're a horror fan, you're gonna be eating Christmas Day because we got Nosferatu coming out, and I cannot wait for this movie. It is my most anticipated movie of the month, and I think this will deliver. Robert Eggers is directing, and you've got a great cast with Nicholas Hoult, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Willem Dafoe, and Lily Rose Depp. And my expectations are sky high for this film. If you're a horror fan, you cannot miss it. I think Christmas is the perfect time to release it. I hope the theater's extra cold so I can be bundled up and see my breath while Nicholas Hoult skulks around the castle as a vampire.
Yeah, this is going to, well, Skarsgård, is going to hopefully eat up the scenery there
Oh
with
yeah,
a lot of
Skarsgård.
that.
Skarsgård is Count Orlok, not
Yes.
Nicholas Hoult.
Oh,
That's my
trying
fault.
trying to help you out there. I think Nicholas Hoult is top of mind because of obviously that Superman trailer that came
Oh
out
yeah.
last week, but this will raise Nicholas Holt's profile. But yeah, Skarsgård, I'm looking forward to seeing every direction they go here because it really is about mood. That's what I'm going to judge this movie on. And I am excited to experience it also, hopefully, in a cold auditorium. But my daughter really wants to see Wicked.
Oh no.
Well, it's just kids really want to see Wicked. That's the way it's going. So I'm thinking I'm going to send her and my wife off to see Wicked. And I'm going to sneak over to
Yeah.
Nosferatu, and
Yeah.
we'll have two very different experiences there. I don't think there'll be a lot of people singing along in Nosferatu, for sure.
Seeing what?
There won't be people singing along in
Oh
Nosferatu.
no, there better not be. There better not.
Yeah. All right. That's going to do it for us here on the Meltdown. We appreciate Tyler's list there with this Meltdown countdown. We appreciate EG making time for us before she gets on over to the peach state of Georgia. Don't ask me why I said it that way. That
That's
doesn't
okay.
make any sense.
Yeah.
Alabama people can't do country accents. For Georgia people, it just doesn't work.
No.
But anyway, congratulations on your first 10 with 10 victory.
Thank you. It feels great. Really setting me off into the Christmas season well. I couldn't ask for anything more.
I'm going to go do some Christmas shopping. So
Yeah,
that should be a lot of
okay.
fun. We got a lot of content headed your way. Our review of Carry On, a movie that we're both very excited about on Netflix, along with our top 10 most anticipated movies. Tyler will have his separate list. I'll have my separate list. There'll be separate videos out there for you to enjoy this holiday season. We hope everybody has a happy and safe holiday. Make some good decisions. Come back and see us. We'll be live again on Monday the 30th. So that'll be our next live show, but plenty of content between now and then to get you through the season. Once again, Merry Christmas, everybody. Hunter, Smuff, Nick, Jody, see you in Buff. All you guys, we appreciate you being here. Brian Pavlik, hope you've had safe travels getting back here to the Birmingham area. We appreciate Charles, all you guys for being proud Meltdonians. We will see you again live 1 week from today. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas.